Hi, what's up? I'm DJ Sixsmith. Welcome to the Sit Down. Gabby Williams from the Chicago Sky. Sky Takes Action, brand new social initiative from the team. Gabby, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
You got it. So you and your teammates come together. You realize that this season is more important than just hoops. A lot going on in the world. How does this initiative ultimately come together?
Yeah, just us deciding as a team that if we were going to come play in this Wubble season, it was going to be dedicated to fighting racial injustices. And we wanted to use our platform in the best way possible, especially in this Wubble. It's the perfect opportunity. We have a lot of eyes on this. So this is a big moment for us.
This is also a big moment for Black women because, as you know, Black women get forgotten a lot in this conversation. Say Her Name is a huge part of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean as a Black woman, not only to contribute to the conversation, but you and your teammates are contributing financially. It's part of your money that's going to different organizations. What does that mean to you and your teammates?
Yeah, so one of our organizations is called BYP 100, which works specifically for gender against Black women. We work with another organization called Future Ties, which is ran by an ex-cop, Black female. And, you know, we're constantly facing different intersections of discrimination. You know, we're fighting sexism at the same time as racism. And then a lot of members in the WNBA are part of the LGBTQIA++ community. So they're fighting homophobia as well. So I think we're the most attacked almost, and that's why we want to be the loudest in these situations.
You guys are also dealing with a wage gap too, not only as women playing the WNBA, but just as Black citizens in America. I mean, it's clear when you do the research, there's a huge discrepancy. What does it mean to actually put money in the hands of organizations to help Black people financially?
Yes, all of our organizations are minority-led, Black-led. Athletes for Justice did a great job with putting us in touch with a few organizations with that same mindset. You know, we want to put the money in the hands of people who look like us and people who are for us, as well as put it into organizations that are very grassroots and actually the funding to get rolling.
Gabby, you and your teammates represent Chicago. Obviously, you and the squad right now in Florida. But what does it mean to start this up and to impact hundreds of people, if not thousands of people in the city of Chicago with this?
Yeah, we're really excited to represent our city and represent Chicago. And we think Chicago's, you know, it's one of the most like fascinating and it's so full with culture, but it's also so full of violence and systemic racism. And Chicago is just one of those cities that's just kind of a great example of what's not right in this country. So this is a huge opportunity for us to set an example of how people can take initiative and take action in their own communities, whether it's Chicago or Seattle or whatever it is. Hopefully we can lead by example.
Well, I would say you and the rest of the women in the W have led by example these last few years. When you think about just your position with this, because it's one thing to live this in your private life, it's another thing to do in your public life. When did it become a thing that was really important to you and something that's like, this has to be my everyday? Because I think a lot of people have really had that moment recently. When did that moment happen for you?
I think around when I was at UConn, because being in a university like that, it was really hard for me to be vocal about the things I wanted to. And there's a lot of things that I didn't speak up on that happened, not within the team, of course, but, you know, on the campus that I wish I spoke up on. And so I told myself I would never let that happen again. And, you know, I'm a citizen, I'm a human, I'm a Black woman first before I'm a basketball player. And I think that's how we all feel in the league. I don't mean to speak for everybody else, but I think everyone would agree to that our well-being and our future is more important than what we do on the basketball court.
No question about it. And I'm really happy that you can talk about these things and also play basketball because, you know, a lot of different people, whether it's you and your teammates, you and the rest of the WNBA players or the NBA players, there was a conversation about maybe not playing and just focusing on this. But by playing those games and having these conversations and having the cameras see Breonna Taylor's name on the back of a jersey, what does it mean to have that reach a bigger audience than maybe it would have if you and your teammates didn't play?
Yeah, that's a huge reason why we decided to come and why this Wubble season, Wubble, is so important because, I mean, imagine being a young girl right now or a young Black boy turning on the TV and seeing us and what we do and what we're speaking on and educating our fans and all of that. So it's just such an incredible moment. And I think we're taking advantage of it in the right way.
Why don't we talk about the Wubble? What has been some of your favorite moments so far?
It's been pretty fun actually living with my roommates. I live with Stephanie, Allie, and Courtney. We're just always playing card games or hanging out in the living room, which has been cool. It reminds me of college, just always having your buddies around.
That's awesome. How about the Sky as a team? You and your teammates started out really nicely. What's the key in terms of making this a really successful season?
And with our recovery, with our load, with how we're playing, I think the smartest and the healthiest team is going to win this year, honestly. With us playing every other game, that's just the reality of it.
No doubt about it. Gabby, you are a role model for a lot of different people. Who do you look to for inspiration? Who are some people that you've been reading or watching, or who really moves you when you think about people in your life?
I just look at my fellow WNBA players. You know, this is some of the smartest, most dedicated women that I've ever been around, and just watching the way that they've been fighting for themselves, for their own communities, seeing what our CBA, our union has done. I mean, I just have to look to my right, and I'm inspired.
Good deal. Well, Gabby, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll talk to you down the road, and have a great season, all right?
Thank you so much.